Today is November the 25th, 2024. This is Carmen bringing you your daily Bloodborne Remaster update. No news on a Bloodborne Remaster today. No news on the emulator either, but yeah, I think we're all caught up on the emulator. In terms of gaming news today, I believe there is now I think it's a credible rumor. I don't know. I've been working all day. I haven't had the chance to really look into it, but there's a rumor going around that Sony is developing a proper handheld to compete with the Nintendo Switch. And it would just allow you to play games natively without the need of an internet connection. Now, I will say the PlayStation Portal, I don't think is quite as stupid as other people do. As someone who has used remote play, especially back in the PS4 generation, I used my PlayStation Vita to remote play a lot whenever I was away from home. Like whenever I was on vacation or whatever, I would use my Vita to remote play off my PS4 with an internet with a Wi-Fi connection. And remote play is more stable than people think. I will say it's definitely not great. It does kind of suck to have latency like that, but a lot of people will think it's very unplayable, and it's nowhere near as bad as something like Stadia was or something crazy like that. So while I definitely will say that a dedicated handheld would be nice, I don't think that the PlayStation Portal was nearly as bad as people think. But one thing is for sure, I definitely think that a competitor for Nintendo is needed. It's needed because Nintendo is still charging $60 for games that launch with the Switch, bro. You want to buy Mario Kart 8, you better pony up $60 for it. You want to play Breath of the Wild, pay that $60 because Nintendo doesn't have the competition to keep them in check. So I do think that it's needed, and I think it's a good idea for both PlayStation and Xbox to get into it, if I'm honest. So yeah, They need the competition. God knows they do. Hopefully Sony would actually support this platform. The PlayStation Vita was a solid piece of hardware. And the heater's on, whatever, ignore it. The PlayStation Vita was a solid piece of hardware, but they just didn't support it. They didn't support the Vita. The PSP managed to pull the wool over a lot of people's eyes and make them think it was a great platform. And the Vita only had a handful of games that were actually decent, and everybody played the same handful. But the Vita was a solid piece of hardware, and it's really sad that they just did not care to support it. So if they're going that route again, hopefully they actually support it this time. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. No news on a Bloodborne Remaster today. That has been your daily Bloodborne Remaster update for November the 25th, 2024.